Drop a like and do share. Leave your comments and do not forget to subscribe for more videos.
Hello and welcome to Edupedia World.
Welcome to SAP UI5 training session. In this training session, we're going to see how SAP Web IDE is and what is SAP Web IDE and its use and how to build SAP UI5 application on Web IDE. Before we start and get into Web IDE, I want to give a small introduction to this Web IDE. So why this Web IDE came into the picture? As we know, in SAP UI5, to build application, we use Eclipse. So if people who are ABAP developers or others like who will be not liking Eclipse, or maybe they don't want to have a local environment, that time the SAP have came up with something called Web IDE, which you can do it on the web. The development you can do it on the web. So this Web IDE is on cloud as of now. So it means like how much you use, that much you have to pay for it. So there is a free account also. So I'll be letting you know how this free account can be used in this session. And let us go to Web IDE. So it's a Web IDE is nothing but a browser-based integrated development where you can do a development as SAP application can be written there. The code you can write in there and you can deploy it on the cloud, your application. So you'll not be using any local Eclipse and you'll not be using a local ABAP deployment. You can directly deploy your application there. So this have a standard templates, that is nothing but an application templates, where the Fury also came into the picture. So Fury apps also can be deployed. So I hope you have some idea about Fury. If not, like Fury is nothing but a template which SAP has came up with. So when you talk about SAP UI5, so SAP UI5 is a technology. So by using this technology, they have built one template called Fury template. So Fury template look like master and detail page, and Fury applications are of three types. One is analytical apps, another one is fact sheet, and other one is transactional. So to build transactional apps, we'll be doing, we can use this Web IDE. So it's a everything is source code based because everything works with the code. So we have to do some configurations as well, and that also will be discussed in this session. And end-to-end application development lifecycle. So how we used to do in Eclipse, the same thing we can do it in the web. So you don't need any system requirements. So that can also just be, will be getting a web URL. Just make use of that web URL and work upon. So you can be an expert. And one more thing, one suggestion before getting into Web IDE. So when the requirement is straightforward, in Eclipse you'll be having you'll be taking some 20 to 30 hours to develop a simple requirement. So when it comes to Web IDE, you can do it in 5 minutes. That's the beauty about this Web IDE. So end-to-end application can be deployed. So the target audience will be developers, even business experts and designers can work on Web IDE. So that is what SAP came up with this Web IDE. So the use cases will be like creating a new SAP UI5 application and create a custom Fury apps and extend the Fury apps. So when you do a course on Fury, that time you'll be seeing like how you create Fury apps and extend Fury apps. So in this session, I'll be more into SAP UI5. So how you're gonna write SAP UI5 code in Web IDE and how you're gonna deploy that. So this is the development process overview. So first what we do in Web IDE is, so we create a project. So that can be a new or extensibility project or anything. So, and the next will be deploy, the coding. So source code editor will be coming for you, and you can pick the templates, and whatever you see, that you'll get. And next is preview. So after development, you can preview your application here only, and you can deploy that in any of the repositories. So we have two repositories as we talk about SAP. So one is ABAP repository and another one is HANA Cloud. So when we get services, so we can deploy over there. And after this, it can be integrated with Git. So there is an inbuilt process. So if you have any Git account, you can configure that Git account in this Web IDE, and you can sync your application. And the next, that is a development environment overview. This is all about Web IDE. So this is how it looks, the development scenario where you'll be writing your code. So this is how the menu bar looks like: the file, edit, run, search, view, tools, and help. And then there is a toolbar that will give you a save, create file, create folder, and delete, undo changes, anything you can do, and run your project directly from here. Select your project and run. So this is how you run. So in Eclipse, you used to go to right click and run as server, and you used to choose Tomcat. So a web server and application server is inbuilt. That is on cloud, so you don't have to worry. So basically you don't have to worry about any Eclipse installation. So you can directly use this Web IDE. This has come recently. Now the latest version that Web IDE is used is 1.7 or something, and they are still working on this. So in future you'll be getting more features. So we'll see that. So after this, there's a development view. So where you'll be getting this type of icon, and then user preferences. If you want to change any settings, you can do it from here. And then you'll be getting an editor, and that will give you the whole picture about the code, that particular file. So these are the files. Okay, and suppose if you want to click on this file and you want to view it, so you can view it. And then next comes to username. So your username comes here. So whatever the username you have, that will pop up here. And then we have something called search. So if you want to search your files inside this particular application and in the workspace, then you can search your files over here. And then you can give your Git account. That's what I discussed in the previous slide, that you can integrate your SAP UI5 application into Git straight away. So in Eclipse, you need to download that plugin and you need to do some configuration. So here it's already provided. So what Eclipse does for you, Web IDE does everything for you, and even more better. So you don't have to maintain anything. You don't have to see the benefits of this. Is, see, if you have one system, Eclipse need to be installed in that, and you can't work in other system. In other system also you have to have Eclipse. So that means like you have a personal laptop and a office laptop. So the development scenario is in office laptop, you can't work through your personal laptop, right? So in your personal laptop, if you want to work, then you need to install Eclipse and make the development landscape. So where the benefit of Web IDE will be, you can use it anywhere. Just you need that URL. So every user will have one URL. So that means every account has a separate development landscape that will be provided by SAP. Now SAP is providing it for free. So please make sure you create one account and have an answer. So Git repository can be given here, and then there is a history, so you can check like whatever changes you have made, and if any mistakes have, if any mistake take place, then you can revert back again, so by seeing the history. And the next is collaboration. So here is a collaboration, so you can collaborate with SAP Jam. So most of them will not be having a SAP Jam account, so only SAP users will be having this, and the partner companies who are associated with SAP. So that time if you want to collaborate, so what is SAP Jam is like, you'll be having so many applications, right? So if you want to discuss about this application, so people will generally create SAP Jam account and they share application link, and there people will be discussing in that particular group. So next is API reference. So this is what we have seen throughout the SAP UI5 training session. So always we have used API references for any control which we have used so far. So that can be referenced here. So you can have the context sensitivity and the dynamic support. And this is how the development scenario looks like. And the next would be how you're going to create the project. So first, if you want to create a new project, just go to the file, say new, and say project, and the new project will be created. Simple. And then you'll be saying next, next, next. That will be it. If you want to create or import ABAP repository application, just go to file, just import, and go to application from SAP UI5 ABAP repository, and then straight away you can import. And the next, if you want to create a project in an existing repository, so if you have to go to file, git, and create repository in your git. And suppose if you have your project in your pen drive and you want to import, because in your pen drive the project is in archive, so you can go to this project and import from archive, you can get it. And the next part is SAP extensibility, Fiori extensibility. That will not discuss much in the live scenario, but I'll briefly tell you in simple words. So there will be SAP UI5 standard apps will be there. So there are somewhere around 700 standard apps now. So every app will not meet customer requirement, right? So there will be customers who will be want to customize that particular app. So suppose if you take a sales order customer app, there is a sales order Fiori app existing. So if you want to extend, so extend can be like one field you want to extend, or you want to have a separate view for that particular page, then that time the extensibility come into the picture. So that time we say Fiori extensibility. So that means the standard Fiori apps can be extended. So that to get that extension, so you have to do file, new, and extend project. Then you can extend it. Okay, that you will be seeing when you take Fiori codes. And these are the templates which are available. So the first one is empty SAP UI5 project. Next one is SAP Fiori application and Fiori extensibility project and plugin development and new component and extensibility. Plugin development is you can create a project that can be used as a plugin. And the new component, so new component, you need not to worry, like it will come into the Fiori codes. So in Fiori we will be creating components. So how that will be done, that will be discussed in Fiori codes. Okay, there will be additional templates also. If you can create, please, you can have a customized templates if you want. And then first we have created, now develop, now that will be preview now. So you have to run the application first. So application can be run in various ways. So you can run the frame straight away, so by clicking on this, or else you can go to the run menu and then you can choose if it is with frame or without frame. So with frame, without frame, I'll tell you how it works. So run is normal run, it will come with a frame, and run without frame, the frame will not come. The frame is nothing but your devices. So there will be a devices shown for you, like the screen size. If the screen size is 300 by 300, how it looks, your application. If your application is of 700px by 700px, how it looks. So everything will be there. That is with frame. So when you do without frame, then those will be taken out. So when we see a live example, that time we'll be seeing this in reality. So, and another one is with mock data. So what is mock data? So we have done SAP Web applications. So we have practiced a little bit. So first, initially we have started with mock data. So mock data is nothing but local data. So which is not OData service, but not live data. So we are hard coding some values in a JSON file, and we are making use of that. So that time you can run with your mock data. And the next, run on SAP HANA Cloud. You can run on HANA Cloud as well, and run on Fury Launchpad. That also is available now in the latest version. So additional plugins can be installed, right? So there is a run fact sheet as well, so which will do run your fact sheet applications. So you can also preview your applications in a simulator window. That is in the next slide. So like this simulating window. So this is what. So choice of simulator, you can choose a desktop, mobile device, or you can define your own custom size. The application is always responsive. So you can check all this. So here is the devices. This is nothing but a simulator. So what we have seen in Google Chrome, go to mobile simulator and you choose your device and run your application like that we have seen. So now here it's already given for you straight away. You don't have to use any Google Chrome plugin. So you can straight away check. If it is large, then desktop, and if it is medium, that is for the iPad audience, and then small is for mobile users, and then custom is for your custom. You can customize your screen width. And the next is your refresh button. So this will refresh your application. And the next is orientation. So what is orientation? So orientation is when we have a mobile devices, there will be a landscape mode and portrait, right? So for that we can make use of this. And then is English. So this is nothing but a language. So when we talk about localization, so this can be used. So when we maintain our localization in English, and if this application want to open it in Germany or other non-English speaking nations, that time this localization can be done. So this can be done on a fly. So just straight away, like drag this, open this drop down, select the language, and you can see those changes. So changes will be reflected straight away. You don't have to do anything in Eclipse or in your code. And the next is QR generation. That is for the security purpose, and your URL will be checked by this. And this is the application, how your application look like. Okay, basically this is a Fury app. So how you're gonna deploy your application is here. So first you can deploy your application on HANA Cloud. So you need HANA username and password for that, credentials. And if you have, then directly go to project, right click, deploy, and deploy to SAP HANA Cloud. And so similarly you can do it for the ABAP repository. This is how you're gonna deploy your applications using Web IDE. And these are something called useful links. So you can make use of this useful links. So for SAP UI5, so these are the toolkit available. When you go to saphana.ondemand.com.sdk, you can get all the API references. That's what we have seen in SAP UI5 codes so far. So when we did development, that time, yeah, we have used this. And similarly, we have other resources as well. So marketplace, where you get a HANA license. So if you want a HANA license for your company, then you can make use of it. And then there is a channel where you can see more examples how Web IDE works and how you're gonna have destinations and everything that you can see. And next is the trail version. This is an important thing which you have to do before you get any hands-on experience on this. So first we need, because like to develop SAP of application, what we need IDE, and that is a development environment, right? So when it comes to Web IDE, we need a registration. We need a web URL. So web URL is the trial version, account.hanatrial.ondemand.com/cockpit. And there's an official document as well, help.hana.ondemand.com. If you need any solutions for that, you can have. So, and within Web IDE, choose help and documentation. So first you have to register this, and you'll be getting a landscape where you'll be seeing the screen where you can write your SAP UI5 code inside that. So next is additional related information to Web IDE, that is the help.hana.ondemand.com, and for the gateway, this is a gateway service. So, and there are SAP communities as well. If you want any questions to be posted or if you want to interact with people, then please make sure that you can use this SCN IDs. So now we'll see some hands-on experience. So we'll be going to see the live. I'm pretty sure that you're gonna create one account today, and you're gonna see like how it works, and we're gonna see how to make use of this Web IDE to develop your SAP UI5 applications.